Experts warn of more oil spill reaching Oriental Mindoro's capital, Calapan City, in the coming days. Majority of plebiscite participants in Marawi vote in favor of the creation of 2 new barangays in the city. And Chinese President Xi Jinping is set to visit Russia for his first time since Moscow invaded Ukraine. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. We begin the newscast with more oil spill possibly reaching Calapan City in Oriental Mindoro in the next 3 days. The UP Marine Science Institute projects that the oil spill from the sunken MT Princess Empress would concentrate in Calapan from March 20 to 22. Experts explained that this is due to stronger waves current in the northern coast of Mindoro to the Verde Island Passage. The oil spill has affected nearly 150,000 people in Mimaropa and Western Visayas, with agricultural damage now pegged at almost 4 million. Residents of Calapan City are creating improvised oil spill booms to contain the spillage that reached their shores. Mon Galvez with the report.
These small specks of oil dotted the sands along the shores of Barangay Navotas in Calapan City, Oriental Mindoro. This happened more than 2 weeks after MT Princess Empress sank, causing an oil spill in the ocean off the town of Nauhan. Calapan City, Oriental Mindoro's capital, is 24 kilometers away from Nauhan and is located near the famed tourist destination Puerto Galera. It is also home to the island's largest and busiest port. To contain the spill, residents have resorted to spill booms that they've improvised. They're also gearing up to conduct strict monitoring as strong wind and waves could cause the oil to spill past the boom and be swept towards thousands of mangrove trees. If that happens, the oil spill would also affect the rivers of Nag-Iba 1 and 2, something residents pray would not happen. Even before the oil spill reached the area, fishing, eating seafood fish from the sea, swimming, and consuming water from the sea have already been prohibited.
Meron namang other alternative. May tilapia, may bangus, yung mga fresh water, no? So, pwedeng yun muna ang kanilang bilhin.
Because of the LGU's order, around 4,000 fishermen have been prohibited to set sail.
Bahala na po si Lord kung anong mangyayari sa amin.
Huwag naman sana pong lumala ang oil spill din sa amin. Sana po ay mga ikaw para kami ay makapaghanap buhay din.
The government has already pledged food packs for affected residents.
Crisis na kami, wala na mahuli. Sapat tugod sa amin kakainin. Sa alimbawa, 3 taon, 2 taon, yung sapat nun sir ibibigay sa amin.
The sitio proper of Barangay Navotas also depend on wells and poso or water pumps for their potable water. But the LGU has already prohibited their use as the water could be contaminated by oil.
Paano naman po kami? Wala po kami talaga pong pagkukunan. Para po kaming nalumpo sa sitwasyon.
Community leaders believe the government should already directly transfer cash to residents who will lose their livelihoods due to the oil spill. Congress is also set to push for the tanker's owner to pay affected residents for damages. For News 5, Mon Galvez, We Are One News.
Marawi City is set to have 2 new barangays following a plebiscite held on Saturday. Majority of residents who cast their votes in Barangay Sagonsongan said yes to create Barangay Datu Dilidigan. Now in Barangay Buganga, about 95% voted to ratify the creation of another village. Comelec Chairman George Garcia said they have observed a higher voter turnout during the plebiscite. The creation of 2 new villages was due to the increase in population in the barangays where residents displaced by the 2017 siege relocated. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Chinese President Xi Jinping heads to Russia on Monday with hopes to position himself as a peacemaker in Moscow's war with Ukraine. China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin said that Beijing would, quote, play a constructive role in promoting peace talks. The official added that China can say that it is a trusted friend of both Ukraine and Russia. Rumors of Xi possibly holding his first call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky have also been floating. China earlier played a crucial role in mediating a surprise rapprochement between rivals Iran and Saudi Arabia. Pop superstar Taylor Swift kicks off her Eras tour with a 3-hour concert in Arizona, United States. She performed the 44 songs at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, where the Super Bowl was held in February. Swift's setlist touched on all eras of her career, from her 2006 self-titled debut to her recent album, Midnights. Now, prior to the start of her tour, the singer-songwriter dropped 4 unreleased tracks. The concert was reportedly attended by over 70,000 Swifties. Ever dreamt of having your own castle? One castle in Scotland is up for sale, but it comes with a hefty price tag. Let's watch this.
How do you fancy getting your hands on the keys to your very own castle? This is Myers Castle. It's nestled in the Kingdom of Fife. It's around 45 minutes from Edinburgh. And if you come in, you get a sense of the scale of this building. This here's the drawing room. The building overall dates back to 1530. It's on the market for £3.5 million. So for that, you get
10 ensuite bedrooms, 5 reception rooms,
your very own library, your own billiards room with a full-size billiards table,
45 acres of grounds complete with a tree allegedly planted by Mary Queen of Scots herself, and you'll also get a walled garden and your very own maze. And the castles market is more active than you might think. Around 10 Scottish castles are sold each year. Data given exclusively to Bloomberg shows the 4 most viewed properties on Savills website last year were all Scottish castles. Now, around 60% of those views came from the UK and Europe, but over 30% came from the US.
It's always surprised me that we get people looking for French chateaux and Scottish castles in the same search. With our climate, our culture being as opposite to France as it possibly could be, it seems amazing that it's the building that leads them rather than the location.
Now, with the red carpet and the paintings and all the luxury, it's probably easy to forget that castles were not built as residences. There are clues, though. These buildings were defensive fortifications designed to keep people out and not welcome them in. There are practical considerations if you're a modern homeowner, not least those stairs I've just come down. They're tight, they're narrow, they're designed to be difficult to get up. And then, of course, there's the thought about the upkeep.
If we look at, for example, the super yacht industry, typically the upkeep of a super yacht is around 10% of the purchase price per year. Castles, similar percentages, around 10% of the purchase price per year, absolute minimum for upkeep.
But as industry insiders put it to me, these are often purchases fueled by a romanticism and not by rational calculations. They're confident this section of the market will continue to go from strength to strength, however expensive that fairy tale castle might be.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again tomorrow as we monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.